pasa aquí? Aquí Black 888 en un nuevo vídeo de Crimes and Punishments. Bueno, chavales, dejamos el capítulo anterior episodio en el cual pues seguimos investigando el asesinato de Peter Carey, en el cual pues encontramos un nuevo testigo que es el Patrick Case, que básicamente es el dueño de la petaca que encontramos en la escena del crimen. También descubrimos que Liam Harley y la esposa de Peter pues estaban teniendo una relación secreta. También pues que nuestro amigo el allanador de puertas pues también buscaba lo que viene a ser unos bonos. Vale, pues ahora estamos aquí en el bar donde se supone que tendremos que hablar con el señor Patrick, pero no sé qué más puedo hacer. Creo que solo puedo echarle pulsos, me parece. ¿Y si le tengo que echar otro pulso ahora? No lo sé. No sé ahora qué tengo que hacer, la verdad. Voy a echarle otro pulso a ver. Que ahora ya sé cómo van. Venga, sigamos.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Saltar. Creo que voy a saltarlo. Ah, bien. Ya habéis visto cómo es.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Desempleado.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, I find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
Arponero. Vale.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I sailed. I've seen everything. Gold Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Peter el Negro, ya aquí.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was worse than all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Otro trago. Venga.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
¿Quién era? A ver.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Una caja de lata.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him.
Vale,
And of
ya sabemos
course,
quién es.
nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
Vale, el que acaba de desaparecer creo que es el padre de Nelligan. Yo creo que... Porque si desapareció después, pues yo creo que es Nelligan. Porque creo que también iba en un barco. Me parece que se hundió.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Vale. Deslizar la petaca. Ir al retrete.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Investigar a Patrick Case. Determinar el propietario de la petaca. Deslizar la petaca en el bolsillo de Kane. Determinar si es suya. Chaqueta de Case. Deslizar petaca. Ahí tengo.
Here it is.
No me deja moverme. Mira, ya he vuelto del meadero. Patrick Case. A ver si podemos... Tabaco.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Permanecer en contacto.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like,
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Vale, vamos a... Petaca de Patrick Case. Y es este. No, proeza de fuerza, esto no es. Petaca demuestra la culpabilidad. Case confirmó que la petaca le pertenece, lo cual significa que estuvo en la escena del crimen y demostrará su culpabilidad. La petaca demuestra la presencia. Case confirmó que la petaca le pertenece, lo que significa que estuvo en la escena del crimen, pero no necesariamente demuestra que sea el asesino. Vale, tenemos 4 móviles, ¿no? Tenemos cuaderno, tenemos los telos desesperados de Liam Harley. Pero lo que sabemos es que necesita una buena fuerza para... Ah, necesitamos aquí algo más. Proeza de fuerza. Ah, claro, podemos elegir una de las dos. Petaca demuestra culpabilidad. Petaca demuestra presencia. Claro, ya que podemos escoger. Búsqueda de los bonos. Nelligan. Eso explica su presencia en la escena del crimen. Vale, aquí hay que buscar. Vale, aquí había que jugar a las conexiones. Móvil de Nelligan. Nelligan es inocente. Es el móvil, más bien es el móvil de Nelligan. Nelligan es víctima de circunstancias, ni con perfil físico ni con... Ah, claro, no es ni fuerte ni tiene experiencia en navegación. Celos desesperados, celo consejos sin importancia. Móvil de Harley. La relación con Liam Harley y con Judy le proporciona un motivo para matar a Peter Carey. La presencia de Harley en Woodman's Lee en la noche se explica por su afecto hacia Judy Carey, por el hecho de que trabaja ahí como jardinero. Vale, algo no cuadra aquí. Lanzamiento afortunado. Harley es culpable. Liam Harley asesina a Peter Carey. Sus motivos fueron por los celos y el amor que le profesaba a la esposa de... Absolver. La mente de Liam Harley está nublada por su amor. ¿Qué? Condenar a Harley, Liam. Ah, podemos elegir entre los dos. Condenar a Harley. Liam Harley ha sido hallado culpable en el asesinato de Peter Carey. Debe ser castigado con todas las de la ley. Su asesinato fue un crimen personal bajo coacción sentimental. Sin embargo, debe responder ante sus actos ante la ley. Confirmar tu elección moral. Sí, yo creo que podemos... Por lo que ha hecho, pues bueno. Ha sido un crimen pasional, más bien. Debe ser castigado con todas las de la ley. Es que me... Venga, vamos a... De una. Madre mía, vamos con nuestra traje de marinero. Este ya será el fin del caso.
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
Liam Harley.
It was Liam Hurtley.
That doesn't surprise me. I've never seen a guiltier-looking fellow.
He was in love with Judith Carey. It caused a conflict that proved fatal for her husband.
I see. Come on now, let us confront him.
Liam Hurtley, it was you who killed Black Peter. He learned of your relationship with his wife, and he asked that you meet him to share in a drink. Then began the quarrel. He drew his knife, and in self-defense, you took up the harpoon. Lestrade, please put that in your report.
I deny everything. You have no proof.
Calm down and thank your stars that Mr. Holmes just saved your neck.
The case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
Liam Harley mató a Peter Carey, pero fue en defensa propia, contra un marinero borracho, armado y furioso. El asesinato fue un crimen pasional. La mente de Liam Harley estaba nublada por su amor por Judith Carey. La mujer de Peter ha decidido que su sentencia sea clemente. Mantén pulsado para comprobar tu conclusión. Posible destripe. Vamos a ver. Ah, claro. XD no es el culpable, ¿verdad? Harley no es, ¿verdad? O sea que podemos equivocarnos también. Tenemos todas las pistas halladas, pero algo hemos hecho mal. Vamos a aceptar la decisión. A ver, estás a punto de terminar el caso, o sea, perderán las partidas guardadas. Pulsa si no quieres hacer otra elección moral. Pulsa si estás de acuerdo con la elección que has hecho y estás listo para pasar a otro caso. Venga. ¿A qué equivocarnos? El fin de Peter el Negro. Tu clasificación personalidad tipo condescendiente. Estadísticas del caso. Gente que soluciona el caso con el mismo modo. 8%. Soy del 8%, chavales. Gente que hizo la misma elección moral. Vale. El misterio ferroviario. Hombre, otro nuevo caso. Ahora esperemos que no encontremos a Sherlock Holmes con... disparando jarrones.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is. The one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
Oh,
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Lestrade.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the
Hombre, su
government.
hermano.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people. and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Vamos a excursión. Ti, tiri, ti, 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 ti. Coger, examinar. Carta. Agradecimiento de Judy Carey. Estoy muy agradecida de que el gran detective como usted también posea un corazón comprensivo. Gracias por ser hecho lo que atañe a Liam Harley, un buen amigo mío, el asesino de mi marido Peter Carey. Estoy segura de que el señor Harley no tuvo alternativa, le mató accidentalmente en defensa propia. Cuenta con mi más sincera gratitud desde el fondo de mi corazón. Judith Carey. Ok. Fuimos muy compasivos con...
My archive.
Claro, y aquí nos podemos... Oh, ahora no... Vale, es que ahora no necesitamos disfrazarnos, ¿verdad? Por eso lo dice, que ahora no necesitamos disfrazarnos de nada, así que... No lo veo necesario. Vick Street. ¿Y habrá que hablar con Watson? Watson.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Que pida un carruaje. ¿Cómo yo pido un carruaje?
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Una semana después. El misterio ferroviario. Vale, o sea que estaremos ya... allí en plan... Ya, llegaos. Y de todo.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
Su maldito baúl de archivos.
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Algo me
It's
dice que
too
no es un
dark.
tren. No cabe
Only
sobre.
fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
La mañana siguiente, temprano. Espacio de deducción. Cranial punisment.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Examinar escenario. Evesham. Resolver el misterio del tren desaparecido. Examinar las vías donde desapareció el tren. No es por aquí. Watson, ¿me sigues? Míralo. F. Talento de imaginación ayuda a visualizar objetos y eventos. Es útil en algunas ocasiones.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Terreno de
There
cerca.
are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Recabar información
Perhaps
sobre
the station master could lend us one.
Vale, vamos a hablar con el jefe de estación, a ver qué nos cuenta. Yo no sé, luego, no sé si luego mirar a ver quién es el verdadero en el caso de Peter el Negro, aunque no lo sé, me da miedo spoilearme, así que mejor miraré. Vale, aquí.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
No, a ver. Aquí hay que hacer un perfil. Vamos a ver, tenemos manchas, eso, manchas de tierra, alianza, insignia honorífica, pelocano, mapa de información sobre mapa del ferrocarril.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Vale, y ahora información sobre el tren.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
See you later, my good man.
Tenemos aquí el jefe de estación. Oye, aquí tenemos varios testigos, son pocos capítulos, contando con la cantidad de testigos que hay por cada uno. Creo que van a ser pocos. Pocos casos, realmente. El de la oficina, me ha dicho, ¿no? Escritorio, examinar. Line Nottingham. Telegrama. Messages for all station. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridley Station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Vale, Mr. Robinson con posición del tren. Línea Nottingham, London. Train Liner, número 34, composición locomotora con Star Wars, Special Wagon. Order by Mr. Robinson.
Here is the train set.
Vale, ahora el mapa de las líneas ferroviarias que está... Telegraph.
A telegraph.
A telegraph. El mapa. ¿Dónde coño había dicho que estaba el mapa? Ah, claro, dice el que está en... Este, no. No. Mira, este. No. Coño, ¿cuál hay que llevarse? Hay que llevarse un mapa, eso seguro. Lo ha dicho. ¿De dónde lo había dicho? Podemos hablar de nuevo con él. ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde, señor? ¿Dónde era el mapa? El mapa. No sé si era para hablar con el mapa. Vagón especial, un momento.
See you later, my good man.
Waiting hall. Mira este. No, estos son... Mapa de las vías esto. Nottingham, London.
This map will be useful.
Vale. Tenemos aquí el tren desaparecido. Ok, y ahora tendremos que hablar de nuevo con el señor... Con el jefe de estación. Claro, que nos cuente lo del vagón este. ¿Verdad? Vagón especial.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Pasajeros del tren.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Estación de Bridlington.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Waiting hall. Ahora tenemos ya eso. El tren que se retrasó. El jefe de estación recibió un mensaje en informar del retraso del tren debido a algunos problemas de los pasajeros de la estación de Bridlington. Sobre el misterio del tren desaparecido, averiguar quién se transportará en el vagón especial, recacar información sobre los pasajeros que viajaban en el tren nocturno. ¿Aquí hay algo? Mira, aquí. Campana de
An old
locomotora.
locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Vale, aquí no hay nada más interesante, ¿no? Parece que esto no va a ser un caso de asesinato, va a ser un misterio. Vale, pues vamos a Bridlington. A ver. Míralo, al Watson. A ver, Bridlington. A ver, ¿qué tenemos por aquí? Estoy en service. Aquí no pasa nada. Hola. Pasajero que enfadado.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Vamos a ver qué tenemos aquí. Ropa de trabajo. Billete barato. Alianza. Y piel basta. ¿Qué ha ocurrido?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
¿Eran pasajeros del tren desaparecido?
Were
Hostia.
you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, of course their type don't need a ticket.
Oh, o sea, que se han llevado, o sea, se han echado a todos los pobres y aquí se ha llevado a los ricos. O sea, qué extraño que haya desaparecido.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Pasajero enfadado, juega las ropas y las manos del pasajero. Parece que es un trabajo de especialista. No lleva equipaje, viaja solo y no por placer. Toma el tren a diario para ir al trabajo y regresar a casa. Debe estar familiarizado con las líneas de la línea férrea y con sus estaciones y con el resto de pasajeros habituales. Aquí tenemos otro. Señor Robinson. Oh, este es el señor Robinson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Sombrero australiano. Anillo grueso de oro. Piel de cocodrilo. Sube. Mira que. Ropa cara. Señor Robinson.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
Vagón especial.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Directivos.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
¿Usted iba en el tren?
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
What the fuck, ha desaparecido. El tren desapareció con gente. Chilenos permanecieron en el tren. Accidente. Los chilenos permanecieron en el tren por casualidad. El conductor no lo sé. Chilenos abandonados. Los directivos de la compañía chilena Barcazas fueron abandonados intencionadamente. El revisor obligó a apearse con todos los pasajeros menos a los chilenos. Yo creo que más bien Yo creo que básicamente los chilenos fueron literalmente secuestrados. Vale, vamos ahora con el jefe de estación. A ver qué nos puede contar.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Vamos a primero hacer una pequeña revisión. Hostias, que se me está haciendo tiempo ya. Vale, le hago las preguntas al caballero este y lo más pronto que lo dejo. Instrucciones. Manchas de tinta. Problemas con los pasajeros.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
No. Ocurrió anoche algo inusual.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Llevo trabajando aquí lo suficiente para gestionar sin problemas una de base. Como se dice en jefe de estación novato.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Mensaje extraño. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué es
What
esto?
did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Vale, telegrama de la estación de Chesterfield. Estación de Chesterfield. Tren 035. Vale, pues chavales, pues yo creo que será un buen momento de dejarlo por aquí. Espero que os haya gustado. No olvidéis darle like, comentar, suscribir, comentar, lo que sea. Y nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Hasta luego.